Hello and welcome to Ivy Creates. I'm Deanna Carroll. Go and click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our videos on Thursday. Thank you very much for watching, and leave us a comment below so we know what you're thinking. We do go back and read them, so have a wonderful day and I hope you enjoy this craft. Purchased from the Dollar Tree for $1, and we're going to make her into an angel. The first thing we do is get out our Dixie Belle paint. And we're going to, and it's actually a thinned, watered down Dixie Belle paint, but we're going to paint her whole body in the Dixie Belle cotton. And I end up doing many coats because it is thinned down, because I did thin it down because I want to get every drop of my Dixie Belle. Never underestimate the toy department of any place, because you can find lots of really cool things there to upcycle or recycle or repurpose, and Christmas ornaments are one of them. The angels and fairies and dolls and things can make all kinds of great decorations. The big balls that you can buy in the toy department, you can make those into giant Christmas balls and different things like that. I was watching a video today on giant Christmas balls, and they had used a big toy ball and just a bucket and sprayed it silver and put it on top, which I may try to do later. And it made it look like a Christmas ball, and they set them on their front porch. It was really cool. So we might try that one later. I do several different types of angels. I do typically some oyster shell angels. I'm doing the fairy angel. I do wooden angels. I've made them out of pine cones and magnolia cones and everything else under the sun. But if you would like to see any of those, please leave a comment down below and let me know how you like this project. It did take a little bit to get her fully covered. I wanted to make sure she had plenty of coverage on her, and so you could no longer see the natural skin tone and everything. And what I did here after I got everything covered, I even painted her dress, is her dress was a little bit low in the front, and I know this is the silliest thing, but my angel can't be all like naked showing her boobies in front of people, so I put a petal from a flower on the front under her neck, and a little star on top of that, which I then quickly painted white. But it was just, I had to have it there. So you could do like a whole set of these for your Christmas tree. I mean, you can imagine if you had an average size Christmas tree, you could do 30 of these for $30 and put them on your Christmas tree, because they're not tiny. They're actually fairly decent sized. And so they would make a great display on a Christmas tree altogether. Doing something more uniform on a tree or a garland or a mantle. The more you have of a similar item, the more cohesive it looks. You can see I'm trying to dry the paint and stuff. Now, note to self here, don't use the heat gun on the hair too long, because it will melt. And so the best thing that I can tell you to do is to paint the hair, let it sit overnight, or style it how you want and let it sit overnight, and it'll harden up and also dry. Now, what I did for her hair, because she had wild crazy hair, is I twisted it in a bun on top of her head, and then I put a little dab of glue gun there in order to make it stay in place, and it worked out quite well, but it still wasn't dry when I was painting. So here I'm taking my I believe it is Folk Art, or yeah, it's Folk Art Metallic Royal Gold. It is my favorite, probably my favorite paint because it goes on so many things that I do, and I add it to a lot of my paints as an additive, like to my reds and yellows and even my black. There's something about that Folk Art Royal Gold that is just, it's kind of translucent, but it's got that real gold sheen to it, and it's really pretty. So I was taking the gold and kind of antiquing or shabbying out our little white angel here that we painted. And I'm trying to get in all the little nooks and crannies as best as I can with the gold, and not to overdo it too much. But I'm trying to antique it down, make it a little bit more shabby looking. See, you can see that I painted even around the skirt and the arms. Every little inch of this angel has been painted. So what I did after the fact is I go back and I look, and I'd gotten some gold on her little cheeks. And so I wanted to go back and whiten that up a little bit more, because the gold is really only to be in the cracks and the crevices and stuff. So I tried to, lessen the gold effect just a tad, and then dry it out as much as I possibly could. And I know it's very hard to see on camera. Anytime you do anything that's white, it's difficult to see on camera, especially since my lighting is kind of, it's homemade, let's put it that way. So I continued on. I wanted to do a little bit more to her. You don't have to go any further at this point, but I'm extra, so therefore I have to add extra. So what I did is I used a gold chenille stem, and I ended up putting it around the top of her head for a halo. But I painted it with my Royal Gold Folk Art paint before I did that, because it was a shiny gold, and it just did not look like it went with everything. So I painted that as her halo. In the past, I would have used, they used to have like a little decoration. It was wedding rings, and it was, just little plastic gold wedding rings. And they were gold, and they didn't have any showy diamond or anything like that, but they were great for using for halos for angels. And I used them for years, and now they're nearly impossible to find. So I used this chenille stem as her halo, and I started using my other favorite tool, which is pearl. It's white pearl fabric paint, and it is by Scribbles, and it's iridescent white. I think it's called white mist or something. Anyways, that is another favorite tool of mine. So around the neck, as like I like to use it almost like you're decorating a cake. There's so many places that you can use this fabric paint. I'm sorry for saying that, but the fabric paint, there's so many places that you can actually use it. And on her, I needed it around the neck as a transition, like a little neckline for the petal that I'd put on her dress. And then I decided, well, it should also decorate her wings, and I like to do that, and I do little dots on it. I've done everything with this fabric paint, from painting little girls' purses, and of course you always have to add the extra fine iridescent glitter, and that is another hard find for me as well. But the extra fine iridescent glitter is the bomb diggity, because it's not so noticeable, but it just adds that little touch of magic. And I like to add a little touch of magic anytime I'm going to do a holiday or a fantasy thing. You got to have magic. So that is what I do. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can get our future videos. And I thank you so much for watching. I really do. So I added her little extra bits here and there, and I'm going to show you the finished product in just a second. And you can stay tuned because we're always going to be bringing you more, and I will have future angels and future projects that you really might enjoy. And I brought you a piece of burlap out to maybe get the lighting a little bit better so that it'd be easier to see. So here you go. This is our final product. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you and appreciate you spending your time with me. Hi, did you click that subscribe button and the notification bell? Well, if you don't hit that notification bell, you will miss out on our Thursday videos. So please go ahead, click it, and you'll be able to watch our videos that are coming up.